It took the unfortunate death of a young Bangladeshi politician, Osman Hadi, to bring to the fore yet again what has gone wrong with Bangladesh since the past 1 year. Now, Usman Hadi, a student leader, a young man who came out of the July uprising last year, he was incidentally not part of the party, the National Citizen Party, formed by his fellow student leaders. He had his own political outfit, was shot on December 12th in Dhaka. Who shot Hadi, we do not know. Bangladesh, large section of Bangladeshi social media users have very conveniently blamed India for his assassination, while there are others, uh, most notably supporters of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, who have blamed Jamaat for the assassination of Osman Hadi. So yesterday, Osman Hadi died in Singapore, where he had been sent for treatment. Some violence, some outpouring of violent grief was expected in Bangladesh. But what we saw through the night was unprecedented even by Bangladesh standards. The Daily Star and the Prothom Alu, two of Bangladesh's leading newspapers, one English and the other in Bengali language, they belong to the same group, their offices were set on fire. Around 30 journalists were trapped, and they came on Facebook. There was a young journalist who said, I can't breathe because the smoke had entered her office. Thankfully, they were later saved. A very senior journalist was waylaid on the street by angry protesters and manhandled. Elsewhere, in Moimansingh, a young Hindu worker was lynched first for blasphemy. His body was hung from a tree and then set on fire. And there were hundreds of young men who surrounded uh, Dipu Chandra Das, that's his name, while the body was being set on fire, while he was being lynched, and recorded it and put it out on social media. There were other attacks in other buildings that took place. There was almost a combing operation inside Dhaka and other places in Bangladesh for supporters of the Army League, supporters and ground workers of the Army League. The Indian mission officers were attacked. But I have few important takeaways from this dastardly acts of violence of last night. Number one, it's a complete failure of the Muhammad Yunus interim government. Muhammad Yunus had one job and one job only, which is to ready Bangladesh for the next round of national elections. When Sheikh Hasina, the elected Prime Minister of Bangladesh, had to flee her country on August 5 last year, 2024, the interim government was put in place and Muhammad Yunus became the chief advisor. Since then, Muhammad Yunus has done everything, including showing a map of India with strategic regions in the northeast cut off to foreign dignitaries. He has time and again provoked India by talking about chicken's neck. But he did not do that one job he was supposed to do: ready the country for polls, take charge of the law and order situation. This is not an incident that happened only last night. Anybody who has been keeping an eye on Bangladesh will know that the law and order has literally gone down the drain. There are violent Islamist mobs. There have been attacks not just on Hindus in Bangladesh and Army League leaders and workers, but people who do not fit into the idea of a new Bangladesh where there is no place for Shias, Ahmadiyas, people of other religious dispensations, liberals, women who want to play football, actors and actresses. Anybody who does not fit into this new idea of Bangladesh are being targeted. Now, that's my first takeaway. Complete failure of the Yunus government to ready the country for the next round of polls, even as the government has come out and scheduled February 12, 2026 as the date for the next polls. The second takeaway is that politically the biggest loser in this is Tariq Rahman and his party, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Now, Tariq Rahman is expected to come back to Bangladesh on December 25, 2025, a few days from now. It is widely expected, even though the Jamaat Islami Bangladesh, the largest Islamist party in the country, has become very powerful and very popular, I dare say, among many voters in Bangladesh. But still, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party is expected to win the polls if they do take place. But in such a situation, two questions. First, will Tariq Rahman be able to return home? He was scheduled to return home in November. He himself said so in a Facebook post. Now he has postponed it. He said December. Now he said that he's coming back on 25th December. Will he be able to come back? Even if he does, will polls actually take place in Bangladesh? And given the madness that's happening, will the Bangladesh Nationalist Party be able to win? Even if there is polls, and we know now that it won't be free, it won't be fair. We already know that the Army League is being kept out of the next round of polls. Third takeaway is the role of popular YouTubers and influencers in the violence that took place not just last night but has been taking place in Bangladesh since the fall of Hasina. And I take two names, Ilyas Hussain and Pinaki Bhattacharya. Both of these people who are sitting in USA and in France but are of Bangladeshi origin have time and again, through their social media posts and through their YouTube channels, have incited violence in Bangladesh. Whether it is the violence that took place immediately after the fall of the Hasina regime, or the attack on Dhanmondi 32, Sheikh Mujib's house earlier this year, or last evening's violence. Time and again, they have flouted all democratic norms and called for mob violence in Bangladesh. Why are these two channels and the social media accounts of these two gentlemen not being banned inside Bangladesh? It's a very important question. It is as if, if you look at the timeline, these gentlemen come out and incite violence inside Bangladesh, and in a few hours the violence takes place. Why has no action been taken to take down their channels? And lastly, the incident I mentioned of the young Dipu Chandra Das, the question of Hindus and other minorities in Bangladesh. Is there any hope left for Hindus in Bangladesh, also for the other minorities inside Bangladesh who will be, no matter what happens, targeted? I started by saying that the death of Osman Hadi is unfortunate, but there are thousands in Bangladesh outside to cry for Osman Hadi. There is nobody to cry for Dipu Chandra Das. What will happen to Hindus in Bangladesh? Is there any hope left?